How's it going, guys? So I figured it was time for another manga haul. It has been another 2 months. I didn't pick up too much, but I did put a couple orders in. I did send for some stuff at Amazon España, so that'll be at the end if you want to check out what I got from there. But let me get started with what I picked up in store. First up, I have Blam, the Master Edition, of course by Mr. Stomunihei. I picked up the first volume to Paradise Residence by Kosuke Fujishima. And Kosuke Fujishima did Oh My Goddess and You're Under Arrest. A short series, I think it's like 3-4 volumes. So, of course, I went ahead and picked it up. But, of course, when it comes to Fujishima, his best stuff is always his vehicle work. So, of course, I picked up the first volume of Topu, or Top. I haven't seen this many speed lines since I read Shiro's Orion. So it's nice to check out some new stuff from Fujishima. And of course, I picked up volume 3 of Welcome to the Ballroom. It's been a fun shonen. Great dynamic dance scenes, and it's very fun. Next, I have volume 10 of a series that I'm not too happy how it's going, but I really hope it picks up. It's Attack on Titan Before the Fall, volume 10. It's a nice thick volume, and they're always kind of thick volumes. Here's the first volume of Frankenfran by Katsuhisa Kigitsu. And I've heard some good stuff about Frankenfran. I think it's maybe 8 volumes long, I think. The art kind of reminds me a lot of Tomodachi Monster, which I really enjoyed. So I decided to pick up the first volume, or the first 2 in 1. Another number 1, Immortal Hounds by Ryo Yasuhachi. And I've heard some interesting stuff about this series as well. I don't know how long it is, but Ajin, Demi-Human, volume 9. Ajin is always a fun, exciting seinen. Next would be some stuff I actually found at a used bookstore, which I was surprised I found used bookstores around my area. And I was surprised that one of them had actual manga, and that's at the Book Barn. They have a couple shelves of manga, but a couple shelves is better than no shelves, right? So one thing I did find was Outlander Volume 5 by Joji Manabe. I have the first 2 volumes of this, and I figured, well, it's there, so I might as well pick Volume 5 up. It's a fun, quirky series. I think it was pretty interesting. I think there's like 8 volumes to this series, Outlander. And then I found Monkey Punch. You know who Monkey Punch created, right? Lupin the Third. This is volume 1. It's a very interesting art style he has. I don't know if it progresses as the series goes on, but I thought it was interesting to find the first volume of Lupin the Third. I found Erika Sakurazawa's Angel. I figured it's a one-shot since it has no volume number, so I figured I'd pick it up. And finally, for what I found in store was volume 1 of The Wanderer by Narumi Kakinochi. And I believe she did Vampire Princess Miu. This is actually by Studio Iron Cat. They weren't too expensive, so I figured, get a couple volumes while I could find them. So those are all the books I picked up at local bookstores. But like I said, I did place 2 online orders. And I believe I was watching Shelf Space Fleeting, and it was a haul video for a Viz sale on rightstuf. And I was like, oh man, I haven't been on rightstuf in a while. So of course, what did I do? I went over to rightstuf. It had been so long that I had forgotten how to log into my account. That's how long it had been since I was at rightstuf. And I started looking through some of the publishers, and basically all of these are from the same publisher, which were all on sale, I believe. They were all like $4. So I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, and the first here is Samurai Legend by Ken Uruyama with art by Jiro Taniguchi. And I was surprised that they actually had that in stock. Um, yeah, it was nice to see some Taniguchi, a samurai story with a lot of great scenes with speed lines. Great use of speed lines, I think. And these next three are, I believe, a complete series. It's Treasure Hunter by Hitoshi Tomizawa. There's volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. And like I said, I think it is a complete series. Hitoshi Tomizawa also did Alien 9, which I've been interested in picking up. His character design is interesting. I also got Miss Me. I think it's a shoujo 1 volume. So I said, why not 1 volume shoujo? The art is nice and cutesy. And lastly, kind of an odd one that I was happy to find at least volume 1 of is Hyun Se Lee's Hard Boiled Angel. And Hyun Se Lee, of course, is a Korean manhwa creator with a very unique character art style. It kind of reminds me a little of Bart Sears, who did a lot of Turok, but of course, both very different. I believe they had some of his volumes of Armageddon became an anime, but I really wanted to check out Hard Boiled. So there's all the manga I've picked up in English, and finally, the manga I got from Amazon Spain. This is One or W by Rumiko Takahashi, and I believe these are out of print already. Glenat went under, but Viz, I believe, licensed this and published it. I think it was part of a Rumik World or Rumik Theater, so you could probably still hunt it down somewhere. But I figured it's a 1 volume, so I went ahead and got One or W. And then I heard this one was pretty good. This is Kaori Ozaki's El Príncipe del Mar, which is originally titled Ingyo Oji. And I'm saying that because I don't know how it would be translated in English. If it would just be the Sea Prince, or I don't know how. But I believe this is a collection of short stories, two short stories. I think I watched a review of El Príncipe del Mar, and they said they preferred it over The God's Lie. So I saw it in stock, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up. And this next one, I was kind of happy I found it because it has been out of stock for some time. and that is El Club del Suicidio by Usamaru Haruya. And Haruya, I believe, is more famous for his Lychee Light Club. The original title for this is Jisatsu Circle, so that was kind of a big jump in translation there. But yeah, Haruya did Lychee Light Club and Picasso something, I can't remember. But I think I saw a review for this thing on some YouTube channel, can't remember. And I was like, well, I'd like to check it out. And I found it in stock, so happy to pick it up. I went a little crazy with Milky Way because this next one is also Milky Way. This is Mi Amigo Capricornio, original story by Otsuchi. And I guess the manga was adapted and created by Masaru Miyokawa. Milky Way Editions, Mi Amigo Capricornio. Yeah, Giza no Yujin was the original title. And I heard some interesting things about this one. I believe it deals with some kids or some teens that are being bullied. So they decide to do something about it. And what they decide to do is kind of the whole focus of the story. And finally, of course, you know me, big fan of Masasumi Kakisaki. I found volume 4 of Bestiarius, which, just looking at the color pages at the beginning, it's amazing. His art is just fantastic. And of course, Milky Way Ediciones does these real nice dust jackets for the volumes, which have some great art on them. You have the chapter breaks on the side here, a bit of the story, and the actual covers on the book are kind of the same, but it's always great to see how well they put these volumes together. And just to end the video, of course, I had to throw in a couple things for free shipping on rightstuf. So I decided to go through some anime publishers, and I was looking at Discotek, and I ran across these two, Blackjack the Movie and Lily Cat. There's a lot of titles from Discotek that I've been meaning to check out, but that was the manga haul for March and April of 2017. Thank you very much for watching.